Yo, Trevor, do you have a knife? They gave me a whole bagel. They didn't even cut it.
Oh yeah. I got it.
Okay.
You know.
That's It seems excessive. Okay, guys. So for today's movie talk, Trevor and I, while he eats his bagel or his ring of flour, are going to be talking about The Rings of Power, the newest Lord of the Rings show on Amazon Prime.
My brother gave his life hunting the enemy. His task is now mine.
Speak your truth. We already know.
Stand with me. Ours was no chance meeting.
Search your mind.
Not fate,
It's written in gold.
nor destiny. Ours was the work of something greater.
At the time of this recording, episode 5 just came out over the weekend. So obviously, when you watch this, there might be a few more episodes, but we'll see how that's going. Now, you have never watched the movies.
know nothing about
Lord of the Rings, exactly.
That's why
So
they shouldn't be side by side.
So
like
this, actually, it's a real thing. Hot D going on right now is actually making it hard
What did he say?
for Lord.
What did you just say?
House of the Dragon. I'm not joking. I didn't make that up.
So the hot D is good.
The Hot D is good. The problem with that being so good, I think that the Lord of the Rings of Power, is kind of suffering from that, to be honest, because Hot D has like a lot of. It's action. It's dark. It's got like sex and violence, and it feels like this one doesn't necessarily have all of that. It's like operating at 80% of what it could be, while Hot D is like 95.
So in Lord of the Rings, there is a good and evil. They mention good and evil all the time. They do good for the sake of good, evil for the sake of evil.
Yeah.
In Hot D, or that entire universe, like it's a self-serving thing. There is no good or evil. That line is always blurry.
Yes, I agree completely. The differences you're talking about, I think, is all about the source material. So like Tolkien versus George R.R. Martin, their source materials are just totally different. One thing that's incredible about this show that I gotta say is the amount of lore that seems to be built into it. 5 episodes in, like I feel the lore, like the history behind everything.
Yeah.
And I think it's really well done. I think it's impressive. Some of the stuff though that I struggle with this show, which by the way, I think we both really enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's important to say. Some of the things that I do struggle with are, there is some, it's hard to connect with some of the characters, like the elves. I struggle connecting with them, right?
Well, so you look at I can't say her name the way they say it in the show. Gabrielle? Galadriel. She walks around with just kind of it's a pompous thing.
Yeah.
She's like, you mortals, how dare you talk to me like this? I've been around since the beginning of time.
Yeah, and so you're like 2,500 years old, but you act like an 18-year-old.
Like you're in somebody else's house demanding that they give you stuff.
She's like, thank you for saving me, and now I demand a ship. It's like, yeah, you could ask.
And then like the human next to her is like, could you please give us a ship? Like,
Yeah.
But jumping off of your point, I really enjoy, as someone that I don't follow Lord of the Rings at all, this show is extremely easy to follow. I don't know where we are in the timeline.
Yeah.
And so I think they do a better job at this than like you look at like a rival series, Star Wars. You need to know where they're in the timeline, and then you're like, okay, the story now makes sense.
Well, so what's crazy about Lord of the Rings is the way that they do timing is everything is so. Think about it from the perspective of elves, right? Who are endless. There's like the first, the second, and the third age. Okay, and this show is occurring during the second age, and the Lord of the Rings movies and the Hobbit and all that is in the third age, which is in like 3,000 years into the third age.
We have the Old Testament and the New Testament.
Literally, yeah, it's like that. But I mean, we don't even know how much they're separated by.
What's to be expected with this show? It is very slowly paced.
Yeah.
So, but they have so much to unload anyway.
On a scale of 1 to 10, where do you rank this show?
So far, I would give it like a solid 8.
Yeah, I think I'm right with you. I'm probably gonna go like 8.5. So overall, really good. Amazon Prime. Let us know what your thoughts are on the Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power, and let us know where you watch NewsWatch, whether it be Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, newswatchtv.com, or whether you are watching this on AMC. holler at us and let us know your thoughts. All right,
What's up?
I'm good.